Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be with you today with another study of the book Green Light by the Spirit Andrea Luiz through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. What a blessing to be here in today's chapter. It's titled Sensitivity. I just put it here for folks to know. And this is from Andrea Luiz through Francisco Candido Xavier. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be with you. So today, chapter 23 will bring to us ideas of how to deal with things that happens to us and we take offenses on, we feel hurt by, and that's what we're talking about. I hope you're doing well, and I hope these sessions help you in your daily endeavors of improving while in this reincarnation. Andrea Luiz tells us to not allow susceptibilities to disturb your heart. Allow other people to think freely as much as you are free to think. Each person sees life's problems from a different point of view. Very often, a diverse opinion from yours could be very helpful in your business or in your private life, as long as you are inclined to examine it. Unquote. Let's look at half of the chapter together and dissect it out so we can look at how can these teachings help us today. Do we allow our vulnerabilities or susceptibilities to disturb our hearts? It's likely that we do some of the time. And he says, don't do it. And so it's a great way for us to practice growing within ourselves, being resilient, being emotionally astute and capable and competent so that we can be in the world without feeling susceptible all the time to things that can hurt us. We allow people to think freely, do we? He says, allow other people to think freely as much as we want to think. Sometimes we want to think the way we want, but we want others to agree or change their ways. And he's reminding us we are all unique spirits. Then people are able to think freely for themselves about different things and have their opinions. Even if their differing opinions come from the same set of data and the same truth that is different from you, because he says every person will see a problem from a different angle. In our daily lives, I'll give an example. Maybe we are at the Spirit Center, we want to do a certain event. The way I see the event and how things are going to unfold, or some obstacles to putting up an event, are my ways, my angle, my point of view. Maybe another member of the Spirit Center can see that same obstacle as an opportunity for growth, for development, or a different way of doing things. And that's what makes us rich. That's what makes life richer. If you look around, nature is about differences, diversity. Imagine if all the flowers were the same and all the trees were the same. Boring, right? So we want a diversity of opinions. We want a diversity of beings and experiences. We are all moving along the trajectory of our growth towards being a superior spirit. And then when we allow people to think their way, we are allowed to think our way, and we come together and we explain things and we see things in a different point of view. And he continues, A diverse opinion from ours could be helpful in our businesses or in our private lives. Maybe we listen to people's experiences, we read books, we learn about history, about science, about experiences, we read memoirs and see how people deal with different circumstances uniquely, and then we can learn from them. Yeah, I never thought of it this way. I never understood how people feel about these. And then maybe you haven't had that experience yourself in this life, and then you're able to grow and learn as well. Now, towards the second part of this chapter, he says, quote, sensitivity destroys the best harvests of friendship, or the best sowings of friendship. The one who complains worsen difficulties. Unquote for now. Two very important phrases. When we are, the actual word in Portuguese for this chapter, for those who speak it, is melindre, which is a very peculiar word. But when I am in relationship with others, I'm sowing and cultivating that friendship in all levels. But if I'm super sensitive about everything, then I'm destroying the harvest. I'm making it harder to be around. I'm making it harder for people to find a way to my heart. But if we complain, we worsen the difficulties. Sometimes we just want to talk about what's wrong. And talking about what's wrong and complaining can be a way for us to get out of it or see opportunities or share, but we don't want to do emotionally brooding, emotionally dumping into others our complaints. It says when we complain, we make it harder. We worsen the difficulties in our life. So no complaining, just understanding, examining it, and finding a way forward. He will continue. Quote, to not cultivate resentments. To be sensitive is the best way to miss the best opportunities in life. Do not annoy yourself, but cooperate. The one who spends life hurting oneself ends up in a condition of a thorn bush, unquote. So let's take this to heart today. He says, don't cultivate resentment. If there's someone in your life that is bothering you, that you haven't agreed with, we can try to make amends. If not possible, to go to that person and engage them in real time, in the flesh. We can pray for them. We can put their names in the book of prayers. We can pray that the spirits can help us during the sleep time for maybe a group therapy session. We can find ways to amend those resentments, and we need to erase them because they are preventing us from moving forward. Jesus never cultivated any resentment against anyone. He forgave those who betrayed him, who crucified him. And that's the motto, and that's the guide. That's who is guiding us towards the path of light, of a superior spirit. He says, don't be annoyed, cooperate. Let's look for ways to let go of resentment and to cooperate with one another. A great way to do this would be, for example, to meditate, to exercise, to do volunteer work. So when we have ways to read the books, for example, of Joanna de Angelis, her beautiful visualizations where she guides us through collecting those resentments, the points, and letting them go. And then we go out in the world and we continue to do the work that is meant for you and I to do. You've been put in this universe, as Emmanuel says in the book, Right Path, for a specific mission. Right now, we don't know the grandiose of that mission, but God created you unique and put you in this universe, and you have a role. So we want you to stay here. We want you to be healthy. We want you to contribute with the abilities that you have, the possibilities within your realm, within your circle of influence, so that you can be the best you can, that we can learn together, that we can cooperate and we can grow together. And no more sensitivities for this time. We can start practicing that in our lives. And that's it for the book Green Lights today. Dear friends, I hope that you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. And God willing, I will see you next time with another book, another chapter from the book Green Light by the Spirit, Andrea Luiz, through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. Have a blessed day.